Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks who lived on the outer edge of a thick wooded forest. One morning, she decided she would go for a walk. So she called to her mother, "Mother, I'm going for a walk." To which her mother replied, "Okay, dear, but be back before supper." "Okay, Mom." So Goldilocks goes bounding out the front door, skipping and hopping along the walkway. Meanwhile, deep in the wooded forest, there lived a family of 3 bears. A mama bear, a papa bear, and a baby bear. And they lived in a small wooden cottage. One morning, that same morning, Mama Bear had made porridge for her family, but the porridge was a little too hot to eat. So Mama Bear said, "Papa Bear and Baby Bear, the porridge is too hot to eat right now, so why don't we go and enjoy this beautiful morning and go for a walk? And when we come back, the porridge will have cooled down." So Papa Bear and Baby Bear agreed, and so they went out their front door, and they went walking down the lanes together, hand in hand. Meanwhile, Goldilocks, on her stroll through the woods, she starts getting a little tired. Her feet are kind of hurting, and so she yawns. Oh man, I wish there was some nice quiet place for me to just rest my little feet." And then all of a sudden, she saw it. This cute little brown cottage in the middle of the woods. And she thought to herself, "How perfect! I'll just go up to that cottage and I'll just knock on that door. And maybe there'll be somebody there who will let me in and just rest my feet for a little bit." And that's just what she did. She went walking up to that door and she went, no answer. So she thought, maybe they just didn't hear me. "I'll knock once more," she says. So she knocks again. Still no answer. But on the second knock, the door was not quite closed all the way, and it had pushed open just enough that she could smell the porridge that was inside. And she goes, "That smells so good. I'm a little hungry. Maybe I'll just go inside." And so she did. She pushed the door open, and she saw on the table 3 bowls of porridge. There was a big bowl of porridge, a medium-sized bowl of porridge, and a little-sized bowl of porridge. First, she went to the big bowl of porridge. She sat down on the chair at the table, and she took a bite. Oh, this porridge! Oh, it's too hot! I just burned my tongue! So she decided to move to the next bowl of porridge, the medium bowl, and she tries it and goes, "Oh, this porridge is much too cold," she says. So she tries the last bowl of porridge, which is a little bowl of porridge. So she gets it and she tries it. So good, she says, and she ate it all up. By this time, she was getting a little more sleepy. And so she thought, I wonder, maybe I could just sit down somewhere. And so she looks around the room and she sees 3 chairs. A big chair, a medium-sized chair, and a little chair. First she goes to the big chair and she sits down. Thud! "Oh," she says, "this chair is way too hard." So she stands up and she moves to the medium-sized chair. Scoots over and sits down. And she sinks in and she says, "Oh, this chair is way too soft." And she pushes herself out of the chair to a standing position and goes to the cute little rocking chair that's sitting right next to it. She sits down and she goes to rock and she says, "Oh, this chair is just right." Crack! She falls to the floor and the chair breaks. And she quickly stands up. Uh-oh, well, maybe whoever's living here won't notice. And so all of this had made her really tired. And she saw a set of stairs. And she decided, I'm gonna go check this out. Maybe there's a bed. I could rest for a little bit. So she goes to the stairs and she climbs the stairs. And when she gets to the top of the stairs, there's a large room that has 3 beds all in a row. A big bed, a medium bed, and a little bed. First she tries the big bed and she sits in it and lays down. She's rolling back and forth and goes, "Oh, this bed is way too stiff." So she sits up, hops out of the bed, and and tries the next bed, the medium bed. She sits down in the medium bed and lays down and rolls back and forth like this and goes, "Oh, this bed is much too soft." So she sits up, climbs out of the bed, and tries the last bed, the little bed. She sits on this edge of the bed, puts her feet up on, lays down and stretches and goes, "Oh, this bed is just right." And she fell fast asleep. Meanwhile, the three bears are about to come back from their walk. And they get to their house, and Papa Bear notices that the door is open. And he thinks to himself, "That's weird.